know how much it means to a country to jump 30 points in one single year. No country has ever jumped 30 points in one single year in the ease of doing business. So, what I can keep on talking about it, but what I wanted to underline and underscore was that number one, we should be absolutely confident about what we have been able to do and what is our potential. And we should have tremendous faith in the abilities of our scientists and professional people. No country ever had a Mars orbital mission successfully done in the first attempt. We are the only country in the whole world who has done it. And a few months from now, you will be doing that Chandrayaan, March or Feb or March 2018. So many things are actually happening. And now after having, you see, because here in Gita and all, they are talking about innovation, supporting for the innovation ecosystem. That you all know that Prime Minister is very passionate about it. All this startup and stand-up movement is all about cultivating any idea that a bright person has, who wants to convert his idea into an entrepreneurship program to develop a product or a process and help the society. The government stands rock solid behind that person or the institution. And that's how all these institutions have been created to help people liberally through the government system, through the corporate system, to the, you can say, alignment of all the forces so that nobody is deprived of the opportunity. So this is one part of the, and this innovation ecosystem to be successfully developed in this country, we are not doing it at a level where you encounter people. We have started developing it at the level of the schools. Every year, 1 million new ideas are generated through our program in schools. We have radically changed all this system. Earlier we all used to make those models and take them, and then there was a model making industry for the school students. But all those concepts have been radically changed. Now the new ideas, innovative ideas, and every school will at least come up with the best, we select the best 2 ideas, and we come up with 1 million ideas all over the country. And then those are cultivated, and then these innovators are taken up to the Rashtrapati Bhavan, and their innovative thinking mindset is all acknowledged at the level of the President of India. There is another program in which we have started every year 1 lakh students. They go to our science labs. A student of 7th or 8th or 9th or 10th, he will have access to see how this atomic clock works. It is not only in the book that he is reading about the atom or the molecule or the DNA. He has direct access so that that passion for science, it grows and develops at that school. And it's not only through the theory books of physics and chemistry he is reading this. Then for those who are not formally educated, all these CSIR labs, we invite them. They learn so many things related to the research that's going on there, the technology that is being developed. And these young, comparatively less educated people, persons, they become an asset to the related industry. And this all we do with collaboration of the industry. Why I am telling you all this, that what I actually find lacking, already in the laboratories in India, there are so many innovative technologies which have been developed, which can make the life of the common man easier, more comfortable, more worthy. But probably I find that the level of response that should be available from the industry to pick up that technology. You see that there is a process which you call as the technology transfer from the laboratory to the industry. It doesn't go ahead with the same pace. You will be surprised that we have a National Innovation Foundation in Ahmedabad. We have a list of 2 lakh innovations. 2 lakh innovations. If the industry becomes, and the people from CII and Mr. Banerjee, and I can see so many past presidents also, if you all become active, and you really encourage the industry, because sometimes for a new thing, when you have to take it up and develop and then ensure that this is also made available to the people of India, then you have to take a bit of risk. That I have seen in my all these 2-3 years, 3 years now I have spent in science and technology. I have seen many examples. I don't want to quote specific examples where those who took risk and took the technology, they grew so fast. But still there are a huge number of technologies which actually deserve the attention of the industry. And continuously we are now emphasizing that we have to move more and more, not at the cost of fundamental science, but more and more we have to shift to solution science. You see, with so much of advancement in science, I can say very confidently, because all my life I have worked in the field of health, but last 3 years I have worked in the field of science, technology, and I find that science and technology can solve any problem. Any issue that you think of, you should have the desire and the passion to solve it through science and technology. Science has the power to solve it. So after 70 years of independence, if we have a large number of issues in this country which still remain unresolved as problems or as sufferings of the people, we are asking our scientists that don't decide what you have to do in your lab because you have to produce a paper which will glorify your what we call the CV and all. Grow with this great collaboration and deliver everything into success, because there is an extraordinary Prime Minister at the helm of affairs. Prime Minister with great innovative ideas, great vision, great enthusiasm, great jazba, who converts, who dreams of an idea in the morning, converts his idea into a program, in the evening he starts implementing it, and next week he starts monitoring its implementation. That's how he works. And I always say he enjoys the legacy of another great Prime Minister of India, Atal Bihari Vajpayee, who is a poet at heart but a great scientist. You know what he did without telling anybody in this country. Within 2 months he took us there in May '98. So that is the acumen of that great man. And he is the one I always thank as a science minister, who brought science to the center stage of Indian politics by saying that it is not only Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan, it has to be Jai Vigyan also. That is what he did for this country. And fortunately for us, Narendra Modi enjoys his legacy, his blessings. And I am sure that he has, the way when we talk to him, he has a tremendous faith in the capability and ability of the industry, the corporate world, the youth of India, the scientists of India, the professionals of India, the doctors of India, the researchers of India. For the scientists, he gave a new term at the Indian Science Congress. He said we talk of a corporate social responsibility for the corporate world, but the scientists should have a scientific social responsibility. That what you do in your labs is not only for your research paper, it is to take care of the aspirations of the people, the needs of the people. So friends, it's a great moment. Gita, you know, it may be technically Gita, but for me, I always come to this program with the Gita which was given to us by Lord Krishna. And that is the piousness that should be associated with this program. And I'm sure the way things are going ahead, we are extremely grateful to CII and all its members for lending us all the support, and wish to congratulate our technology development board also, Dr. Bintu Dey, and our other team members, Mr. Vikram Kirloskar and all the other dear friends sitting on the dais and all those who are sitting in this audience for the great support. And I'm sure that if we continue with this pace, we can certainly establish good records, not for ourselves but for the whole